Algebra 1, let's do lesson 38. Now lesson 38 is going to be one. I've done this a few times and I keep messing up this video, so getting annoyed by that, but that's life. Alright, so what's this fraction? Repeat it to yourself so your parents think you're crazy. Keep saying it over and over again. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, a fraction. What's another name for a fraction? Well, another name for a fraction is a ratio. And in today's lesson, that's what we are going to do. We're going to talk about ratios. And we can write ratios of this one, 3 to 4, 3/4, lots of different ways, right? We can write 3/4, or we can write 6/8, 300 over 400, 15 over 20, 27 over 36, 111 over 148. We can break it all down, and we can get we can write it all down back to 3/4. That gives us a ratio. And a ratio is just a different way of writing our fractions, and that's what we're going to be working on today. Now we can make an equation with ratios, and then we call those proportion. So that's what we're doing today. It's fun with proportions, and we're going to have lots of fun with proportions as we get further in. Now with proportions, we have the ratio 3/4 equals 15/20. Now we should already know that 15/20 reduces to 3/4. But how that's not the problem with this. The problem with this is I want you to find out how this works. So we do that by doing cross products. Cross products means we're going to multiply. We're going to do 3 times 20, and we're going to find that that should equal 4 times 15. 60 equals 60. And that means we have a proportion set up. Now, of course, we can't leave it as simple as that, because a lot of times, oftentimes in proportions, we're missing something. And let's start off with something that is not as obvious. All right, we're going to do cross products again. So 7g equals 91 times 5, or 7g equals 455. Then we're going to divide by 7 on both sides to find out that g equals 65. Okay? When we set since our cross products are equal, this is what we did, is we cross multiplied to find the answer. All right, so, and of course, we're not going to leave things so simple. Let's cross multiply. Let's do our cross products. I'm sorry. Let's set our cross products as equal. That's going to give us m equals 20 over 21, because 21m equals 20. Okay, that's our cross multiplication. All right, so when we set this to word problems, we're going to try to set our variables to mean something, as in the first letter will mean part of our problem so that we don't get confused. So let's take a look at that. So if I read you example 2 on page 154, let's set meaningful variables. The ratio of pigs to goats in the barnyard was 7 to 5. So right off the bat, my variables are pigs to goats, or goats to pigs is our other one. Okay, and I said that the ratio of pigs to goats was 7 to 5, right? And if I'm talking about goats to pigs, I'm talking about 5 to 7. So keep that in mind. Now we're told that there are 91 pigs is our total. All right, so what we want to know is how many goats there were. So what we can do is we'll write our proportion. I'm going to use 7/5 equals 91 over g. Okay, because to show the relationship that 7 and 91 are related, because we're talking about the pigs and then the goats. All right, so what do I get there? I get 7g equals 91 times 5. Think back to just a few minutes ago, we just did that problem, didn't we? Okay, when we divide by 7 on both sides, we find out that there are 65 goats. And if you just look at the problem, that makes sense. Okay? Now, in that exact same barnyard, the ratio of chickens to ducks was 9-4. Okay, I'm just going to write it out right now. Okay? Chickens to ducks, 9-4. If I wanted to write ducks to chickens, then I have to make sure my ratio on the other side is set the exact same because they have to correspond. All right, I'm told how many chickens there are. There's 108 chickens. Okay? And now I multiply just like I did before. I'm going to get 9D equals 108 times 4. Now I could do 108 times 4, but I could also recognize that 108 and 9 goes into 148. So if I would divide by 9 on both sides, and then I can cross that out. Those are gone, I cross that out, and this is 12, that there are 48 ducks in existence. And that makes sense compared, since of my ratios with chickens. All right, so go ahead, try A and B on page 154. Good luck. See you tomorrow.